So basically and generally everyone loves tactics. So welcome back to another FCM25 tactical videos from LK SASKE. This time rounds we're always doing voice over the game tactics. So Arsenal tactics are our main tactics today. So Arsenal managers, we've reached you. Don't worry, we got tactics for you guys as Arsenal managers. And not just Arsenal managers, all the managers managing teams of 82 ratings and above. So you can use these tactics, not general Arsenal managers. And this tactics applies for FCM, SM25, FM25. So we are doing FCM25, but still the same tactics. So not generally the same tactics, but applies along the same tactical skills that you need to acquire within this time. So Arsenal management tactics. So let's start from squad picks. So we always do the squad picks, types of players you need to pick for a squad. So let's do the first team squad pick. So from the GK we start with Aaron Ramsdale. Okay, so let's move on the defenders: Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, and White. Then the mids that you need is Declan Rice, Odegaard, and Smith Rowe. I'll tell you something about Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe is one of the best players in Arsenal, if you don't know about that. So if you keep an eye on Smith Rowe's performance, it's always great. So Smith Rowe, I would consider you putting on Smith Rowe on your first team when managing Arsenal. So Smith Rowe, one of the best. So let's move on to attackers. So we got Havertz, Jesus, and Saka. That's obvious. Every Arsenal manager does and knows that. So moving on to the substitutes, obviously David Raya is there as the substituted GK. You can do him with Ramsdale. So Tomiyasu, Thomas Partey, Trossard, Nketiah, Martinelli, Jorginho, Vieira, Timber, and Elneny. Those are the potential substitutes you need to get for FCM25 career and for better performance. So let's move on to something like formations or what. Okay, so the formations that you need to do is 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 4-3-2-1. So among the best, I'm always saying this, among the best to use is 4-3-3. So recommended number 1, 4-3-3, and then 4-4-2, then the rest 4-3-2-1. So without wasting much a lot of time, let's move on to field tactics. So this is where everything always lies in when managing a team. So you need to do a good field tactics. So doing a good field tactics always starting from how your players are instructed to defend, how they are instructed to shoot, and how they are instructed to do playing, and how they are instructed to control the field and the game. So let's start from the shooting tactic of the game. Shooting tactic for a team like Arsenal, you would go for a balanced or a patient shooting tactic. So Arsenal is already a big team with potential players and good players. So if you do a cross early or a when possible, okay, not a cross early, if you do a when possible shooting tactic, that will mess you up real bad, because players are always like shooting. So you make that mentality of players, yeah, we are shooting the ball whenever it's possible, so they won't aim for the goal. But if you do the patience or a balance, then they will do the shooting tactic with a perfect mindset, and they will do it with perfection. So shooting tactic is always balanced and patient. So moving on to the final third of the game is a balanced, patient. Same. If you're always doing a balanced shooting tactic, always match it with a balanced final third tactic. So if you're doing a patient, match it with a patient, but you can still do a balanced patient. So there's no difference in that. Still gives you a perfect game exploitation and stuff like that. So going to game exploitation, how to exploit your game. We explained game exploitation from previous videos that we did, and we talked about doing it in both sides and in a balanced way. And if that's why I gave you guys this time squad pick. So for this squad pick, it's a both sides. You can do balanced if you want to, but it's currently a both sides unless you decide to upgrade it to the left because of Smith Rowe. But that's what I explained previously in other videos. So regarding of this pick, like Declan Rice's side is more of stronger side than Eric Smith Rowe's side, so you can decide to switch it to that side of game exploitation than the side of Smith Rowe. That's just how to exploit a game. But for this pick, go for both sides, balanced game exploitation. So about passing, the style of the game is always passing because of the traditional playing style of the team. So if you are doing Arsenal and other top teams, always go for passing. That's the best and the best. We all know Arsenal is a passing team. So if you don't want to do a passing, do a counter. They go in hand, but passing is the best. Number one, passing then counter. Then doing the in possession is always attacking. We want to attack and score. So prefer do attacking in possession or balance it. Do attacking or balance it. So there's not much to say about that. Just set it to attacking and defending, always a balance. Don't do a when possible or cautious. Just do a balance defending for your players, because you already have among the greatest players for defense: Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, and White. Those are good players, unless you plan on bringing more players to do that work. But balanced defending tactic is the best for this team. So don't forget subscribe and like for more tactics. These tactics can be applied to teams of 82 and above. So those are the tactics to implement. You can try them out and see the outcome performance, if there is a change or not. If there is no much of change in that, so you need to buy. If you are not using Arsenal but you're using this kind of tactics, then you need to buy more players who rate higher, or more players who do passing mentality. So that's always another problem. If your manager or players have no passing mentality, so you have to sign in players with passing playing style and managers with passing playing style to maintain this kind of information. So don't forget subscribe, like, share, and comment for more tactical videos and podcast.